Hey, happy Friday. It's attorney Ashley Goggins, and it is officially Free Game Friday. We are on day 10 of the 12 days of free game, and today is actually Friday, so I am taking a question which also follows the process of navigating through the Florida courts when you are attempting to get a divorce, or you're navigating through the process and you want to get a divorce, or you're thinking about a divorce, or you want more information. This is what this is all about. We have reached day 10 and I'm super excited. So I'm just gonna dive in, guys. If you have any questions about anything I said, please put them below, comment below if you have any questions or need clarification about this process. So the question was, can I get a simple divorce without a lawyer in Florida? I'm going to put in Florida. So by simple divorce, I imagine you're referring to a simplified dissolution of marriage or a simplified divorce. In the state of Florida, you can get a simplified divorce, which happens in Florida courts and all of the clerk of courts, where both parties, if they qualify, have to go together to the courthouse and sign the petition. You only qualify for a simplified divorce if, obviously, you've been married, the marriage is irretrievably broken, the wife cannot be pregnant, or you guys cannot have any children together. So if you guys have children together, or if the wife is expecting a child, or if a child was adopted during the marriage, then you do not qualify for a simplified divorce. The next thing is if one party is requesting alimony, then you cannot do a simplified divorce. If you guys have property together that has not already been separated physically, that means that if you have a book that you need to fight over, or if you have any property that you need to fight over, or you guys can't come to an agreement on it, then you cannot do a simplified divorce, because in a simplified divorce, the judges cannot equitably distribute property. Okay, you guys have to have a settlement agreement or a marital settlement agreement that already outlines that process. So if there is any dispute about anything, for one, two, if one party wants alimony, three, if there are any children born between the parties, any children born during the marriage, any children adopted, or if the wife is expected, you do not qualify for a simplified divorce. If you meet all of these requirements, so say, which is a common, you're married, you guys have both decided, look, this is not working, let's get a divorce, let's do it as cheaply as possible, okay? We don't have any kids, we don't have a house, we don't have any property, we don't have anything in each other's name that we're fighting about. I'm not pregnant. Let's go down to the courthouse. You go down to the courthouse. You submit your identification. One of you, either spouse 1 or spouse 2, or husband and wife, or wife and wife, or husband and husband, petitioner, respondent, whatever the case may be, one of you has to have lived in Florida for the last 6 months. And it needs to be shown on your identification, so you have to have the proof of residency. So once you show that, you do your petition, and then it will be submitted, it will be filed, and you'll be given a court date. Both of you have to appear. If both the parties don't appear in the beginning, and both parties do not appear at the final hearing, it won't be finalized. You cannot have a simplified divorce. Both parties will have to be. It is the quickest way that you can get a divorce without a lawyer. Said that. It's the quickest way you can get a divorce without a lawyer. You still have to pay your filing fee unless you qualify for a waiver. Generally, the filing fee is going to be around $400. Sometimes it could be $309 in some counties. Anywhere from, let's just say, $300 to $400, your filing fee. So, unless you qualify for a waiver, and they'll waive the filing fees. Both parties probably have to qualify for the waiver. So that is what a simplified divorce is. Very simple process. If you qualify for a simplified divorce, I always recommend you to do the simplified divorce. Sometimes there are instances where you don't know where the other party is. You don't know where your spouse is. And a lot of people think that, oh, that's an annulment, or we were only married for 6 months. Well, technically, there are other legal requirements for an annulment. If you can't find the other party, if you can't get the other party to come with you to the courthouse, if the other party says, I agree to everything, but I don't want to do anything, then most of the time, if you actually want to go through with the process, you're not going to be able to do a simplified, because you guys have to be on the same page. You guys have to meet and go together. It has to be amicable, okay? You guys have to be adults and actually go inside of the courthouse, fill out your paperwork, and then you have to go to the hearing. Hearings can be anywhere from 30 days to 45 to 60, and 60 might be a stretch depending on the timing that you file it, but you get a court date really fast. So I would generally say it could be based on the county that you're in. Some counties could be more backed up, and we have over 50 counties in the state of Florida. So it's a myriad of counties, and clerks do things differently. Generally, in the 4th Judicial Circuit, where I'm located, which is Clay, Nassau, and Duval counties, generally you can get a court date anywhere from 30 to 45 days, and a lot of times it is much sooner. Much sooner. Okay? So I hope that answered your question. Go to freegamefriday.com if you have any questions, guys. We are coming up on our last 2 days of the 12 days of free game. I know it's the holidays, but I am going to finish strong. We're going to be talking about the trial process for the next 2 days. So preparing for trial and actually going to trial is what our next 2 topics are going to be about. So I look forward to you guys tuning in. And again, if you have any questions that you want me to answer on the next Free Game Friday, www.freegamefriday.com. Go with Goggins.